and welcome again. This is Robert Schein, Managing Director and Partner of Blanke, Schein Wealth Management. Thank you for joining us on our Friday Insights edition. Today is September 10th of 2021, and we're going to dive into the topic about going green, ESG investing, or what that actually means on a go-forward basis right now, as the U.S., led by the White House, and as well as other states that have sort of pledged this Go Green initiative. Primarily, the White House announced they would like to have everything off the grid, or even electric cars by 2030 in the car case, or 2035 by the U.S. grid by 2035. While those are great goals to have, to make sort of clean energy, more renewable energy on a go-forward basis for climate change or for sort of a cleaner environment, so on and so forth. So you would be falling in line with the environmental, the social, and the governance portion of ESG. By the way, ESG is the flavor of the month for Wall Street, meaning that the amount of money, net new assets going into ESG investing is tremendous. Actually, it's broke records year over year, and this year does not disappoint. So there's a lot of money being moved and sort of in that direction in terms of companies that are sort of the solar, the wind, the power, sort of renewable energies. That being said, it's very aspirational at this point in time because it's very unreliable. Now, those are long, lofty, aspirational goals in the future, and it does take sort of a visionary aspect of say, let's put a goal out there in the future. Let's make it a high goal, because even if we fall short, we're at least making progress towards that. And I completely agree towards that. That being said, in the short term, as we saw earlier this year in February, sort of when weather takes over the power grids, we had the freeze that was unfortunate in Texas earlier this year and shut down the power grid for weeks at a time, killing over 700 people and just $800 billion of damages in just Texas alone when weather turns another direction. In California, very specifically, we've had wildfires that also threaten the grid, but more importantly, on a go-forward basis, even on a short term right now, this actually was hot off the press from Bloomberg that just reported, and this is a very interesting, sort of proves the case in point for us right now. The headline says, California seeks to avert blackouts by burning more gas, right? Which is counterintuitive, especially California leads sort of the ESG initiative for the country. At least they tried to. And that being said, the article goes into, from Bloomberg, California is seeking the federal government to declare an emergency, or an electric reliability emergency, quote unquote, act, so that the Golden State can lean more heavily on fossil fuels to avoid blackouts. It basically says that the state's main grid operator wants the U.S. Department of Energy to suspend the air pollution rules for some natural gas burning in some power plants in the case of when there's outages to meet the demand of extreme challenging conditions, extreme heat, multiple fires, winds, and various grid issues, according to a filing. The last time that California received this sort of pass, if you will, and this waiver was 21 years ago. So this is really in the face of what the initiative is. And so what the take-home point is that while all this money is going into, on Wall Street, sort of the flavor of the month, or ESG, is it actually, today, this point in time, really reliable? Absolutely not. So you kind of have to coexist with both. The largest state grid operator, is asking for backup to be able to use fossil fuels in the meantime. Now, what is that take-home point for our clients here at Blanke, Schein Wealth Management? Well, if you look at energy is a asset class that we see tremendous value in on moving forward. And so we're looking towards energy and adding more energy, even non-renewable sources of energy, because we believe in the short term, not 2030 or 2035, our clients are living in the here and the now. In the short term, there's tremendous opportunity. And as proof, empirical evidence that California is asking for help by using the sort of lifeline of fossil fuels in the short term. So like anything, you can't just flip a switch overnight to go from one thing to another. It has to happen sort of in a nuance of steps over time. And that's sort of the balanced approach of life is probably the best, more prudent way to go with anything. But setting a goal long into the future that's a high, lofting goal, there's nothing wrong with that. So that's our sort of our Go Green ESG update for today. There's opportunity in the ESG side we see for our clients, but there's also opportunity in the short-term traditional sort of fossil fuels, gas, and a few others that we find attractive. So we're going to find our way, those opportunities are going to find their way in our clients' portfolios because we see upside on a go-forward basis. Now, we're on the heels of 9/11, and this is the 20th anniversary, and our heart and thoughts and prayers are with everybody in America today, this weekend. And we just say, God bless, and we're thinking and saying a prayer for everyone out there that has been impacted and affected by the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend. We'll see you again next time.